We know that eggs are a nutritious food. However, as with any beneficial food, quantity matters. So, how many eggs can a healthy person eat per day? And how many should someone with heart disease consume? In this video, we will give clear, science-based answers to the question, how many eggs per day? First of all, we know that most concerns about eggs are related to cholesterol. Because eggs have the potential to raise cholesterol, they have been the subject of many studies. Can eggs really increase cholesterol levels? This is a debated issue. But more importantly, is an increase in cholesterol always bad for us? The key question is this: do we raise cholesterol mainly through food, or does our body produce it on its own? This is a critical point. What we know is this: only about 25% of the cholesterol in our body comes from food. The remaining 75% is produced by our liver. In other words, eating 1 to 2 eggs per day does not raise anyone's cholesterol levels. While one egg yolk contains about 200 milligrams of cholesterol, the body itself produces between 700 and 1,100 milligrams of cholesterol daily. So the cholesterol we get from food is far less than what our body produces on its own. That's why what truly matters is not how much cholesterol we eat, but how much our body produces. Now that we understand that our body is the main producer of cholesterol and that it produces far more than we get from our diet, the question becomes, how many eggs can someone with cardiovascular disease eat? Studies show that consuming 6 to 10 eggs per week does not cause even the slightest increase in cardiovascular disease risk, even in people who already have heart disease. Other studies show that eating up to 2 eggs per day does not increase cholesterol levels at all. So I can say that 2 eggs per day is a safe amount for almost everyone. There is one important exception. If someone is elderly, say over the age of 65, and has a very severe genetic cholesterol condition with LDL levels extremely high, for example in the 300 to 400 range, and difficult to control even with medication, then limiting egg consumption to 1 per day would be appropriate. In diabetes-related studies, it has been observed that even healthy individuals over the age of 37, with no risk factors at all, show no change in their LDL to HDL ratio when consuming 3 eggs per day. So if there is no serious genetic issue, if you exercise regularly, eat well, and have no major dietary problems, even 3 eggs per day will not raise your cholesterol. If you have cardiovascular disease, I would say that 2 eggs per day is the safe limit. This includes all types of cardiovascular conditions, people who have had angioplasty, stents, bypass surgery, carotid artery disease, or peripheral artery disease. How do we know this? Because studies show it. Research clearly indicates that consuming 2 eggs per day does not increase cholesterol levels in heart disease patients and does not increase the need for cholesterol-lowering medications. However, if you have familial hypercholesterolemia and your LDL levels are very high, above 190 to 200, and sometimes even reaching 300 to 400, then limiting consumption to 1 egg per day would be the correct approach. We do not recommend eating eggs without the yolk. The most beneficial part of the egg is actually the yolk. That's why most people can safely eat 2 whole eggs per day. If there is no severe cholesterol problem, 2 eggs will not clog anyone's arteries. And if you are healthy, you can even increase that to 3 eggs per day. Let's put the egg debate to rest. Eggs are not harmful. Eggs do not clog arteries. Eggs are nature's multivitamin. They contain 8 vitamins and 9 minerals, and there are very few foods in nature that are this nutritious. Whatever a chicken eats, from grass to insects to natural foods, those nutrients are transformed into the egg, which we then consume. I have mentioned farm eggs and egg codes before. I strongly recommend watching our video on that topic as well. Why? Because eggs should be either organic or free range. Other eggs provide little to no benefit. Those eggs mainly add cholesterol. Yes, I'm saying this clearly. You won't get meaningful vitamins or minerals from them, but free-range eggs are truly a miracle food. As I said, in this video I defined 3 clear limits. First, everyone can eat eggs. Eggs are not forbidden to anyone. However, if there is a serious genetic cholesterol disorder combined with cardiovascular disease, limiting intake to 1 egg per day is advisable. Second, if you have cardiovascular disease, limiting consumption to 2 eggs per day is sufficient. Third, a healthy individual with no known medical conditions can eat even 3 eggs per day without any problems. There is no proven harm beyond that either. If a healthy person eats 4 eggs in a day, there is no proven damage. However, I can say that consuming more than 3 may increase cholesterol levels. But does cholesterol raised by eggs clog arteries? There is no scientific evidence to support that. Still, 3 eggs per day can be considered safe for everyone. Eggs are the king of all foods. Eggs are nature's multivitamin. Eat them. Take care. To better understand how hunger and satiety work in the body, we also recommend our video, Why Am I Always Hungry? Science Explained, where we explain the science behind why you may feel hungry so often.